They liked your one pager, so we kind of go forward with the full.
If you need help with the proposal.
Oh, I do.
There's an excellent writer, good grant writer.
Please, don't leave.
Don't leave.
But one of the specific for your information to assist you in the application process, we wish to make you aware of the following comments from the committee's review of your pre-application. Applicant should detail any in-kind construction services to be provided by Jamestown DPW. Applicant should address issue of sediment disposal. So before they fund it, they want some real specifics, which we don't have right now. So this is going to be doing the 22nd of January, so we're going to
Can we get it
fast. I don't know.
Do you
We
think,
can at least get a firmer preliminary plan by then.
do you think we should push for a quick delineation of the wetland there? This is not the best time in the world to do it.
Oh, this is a fine time to do it.
Okay, do you think we should put, because that would help us pick our sites, because then we'll know where we have to stay out of.
Yeah,
Do
we
we
can
wanna-
get wetlands delineation done in the next 3 weeks.
Do we want to talk to Linda and the other groups, Ecotons? You want to do that, or you want?
Mhm.
And get an estimate on what it would cost to do that? Because
Well, yeah,
can
I
we
mean-
borrow against that, for the grant?
No.
The wetland delineation can't be paid for under the grant? Okay.
I don't think so. I haven't heard back from John on that, but it's a, here at the NRCS has said it's a reimbursement grant, so you spend the money.
Well, what about the 80/20?
It's a reimbursement grant, so you spend.
Spend it and then they reimburse.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That was, we have to spend it, we have to.
First,
fund the entire
we have to have it
project
first, right?
Okay,
And then
yeah,
they'll pay
that's, okay, but I wonder if the wetland delineation would be part of that reimbursement.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because it would be easier to sell to Bruce.
That's not what was, I don't
Okay. Well, so what we should do is call Ecotons, call Linda Steer, ask her for an estimate of delineation. Now, Bob's gonna have to do the same thing for the bike path. I don't really wanna get the two mixed up at this point. We need to get this, we need to get this done.
To getting them.
No.
We need to get this one done. You
It's
want
not huge amounts of material, is it?
What's that?
They're not huge amounts of material.
200
ditches, right?
202 yards?
200.
2,000?
Could be
It's-
composted
I think it was
on the side
2,000 or
or on the
something.
town side.
I think it was 2,000.
It could be. It's just transfer.
You gotta get it out of there, too.
Why can't you compost it on the side? Aren't there any
Oh,
spots
that's,
suitable close to the road?
that's what we have to determine.
600, 800, 900,
2,000.
1,000.
Yeah, okay.
What,
1,000
cubic
About
yards?
1,000
Of
cubic
material?
yards.
right now.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Are you kidding me?
That's all, yeah.
How do those,
Yep, it's a lot.
that's the estimate that
Well, she's,
engineers have made?
yeah, they're gonna dredge the ditches down to -2.
And I think that's an overestimate, maybe less than
Yeah.
that, but that's significant.
That's pretty close.
But that's a not great soil, is it, from marsh soil? Is that easy to
Silt-
turn into
Silt and peat?
topsoil?
No,
It's
no.
not, is it?
Too much salt in it. Right, you need some? No, that's gonna be fun. We'll barge it across the
So
creek
you're
and put it
gonna
in the
have,
property.
the fresher stuff is gonna be frag laden and need to be composted. The clean stuff is gonna be very safe.
All right. All right, so what do we do about wetland delineation? You wanna get a cost estimate of that? Because we gotta do this.
Do we then vote to approve that, or is that within
To approve
this
what?
project budget?
To prove what?
So when we get the estimate and
Yeah, I
decide
need to
go
find
ahead
out
with
from
it.
NRCS if it's something they'll pay for, because otherwise there is no budget for it.
All right, then why don't you get an estimate?
The only other thing we can do is what we have done that NRCS will pay for is some of this monitoring. So we could submit our first year of monitoring and request that we be reimbursed for that, which they would do it at something like, a couple $1,000, which we could then use to pay.
So we just need to make sure we have the money ready and approved to do
Right.
that.
And
It's
we
not
don't.
until we decide on that.
Well, we have, if they reimburse us for the monitoring, we got all of Carol's time, we got my time. We paid Kim Devlin to do the groundwater monitoring, so we paid for that. We've got the fish study, which has been done, which is being given to us, gratis. We have all those, which you could actually work on the cost for those. So there's probably a significant amount there. I mean, it's never be a couple thousand at least, probably.
No,
You don't think so?
1,800, 1,860.
Oh, what you estimated for monitoring?
No, that's what NRCS will pay.
Oh, okay, for monitoring, okay.
For a single year.
So we probably can come up with that kind of a cost. When you consider all the time that's gone into different studies.
You need to tell them what you're gonna do with the stuff between now and then.
Well, no,
Okay?
well,
22nd.
January 22nd, but
So
what
then
we're
we have
trying
a
to,
meeting.
no, but what we're trying to figure out is how we do the wetland delineation, get that done, so that we have the data to go forward with the grant. We can't write the grant until we can tell them where we're gonna, our proposal for disposing of the spoils.
Right, so that decision needs to be either made tentatively or
Well, we
definitively.
can go up to a certain amount here. Well, we know it's only 1,800, so we can't.
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, it's just a question of money, because they'll take it away.
Oh,
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
No, they won't take it away. You have to spend it and then they reimburse you.
I know, don't we have to find a spot to put it? Or is that someone else's problem? We just have to pay them to load it into the truck?
No, no,
Drive off,
no,
yeah.
no, we have to, yeah, sounds like DOT. They won't want that sort of.
So do we need to vote now to
Well,
reapprove?
we have two
So
choices.
that she's not stuck waiting till our next
Well,
meeting?
We have two choices. We can do that now and just go up as high as the allocated amount by NRCS, that's what they'll allow for it. We can do that, pending we can find that money. Or we can find out what it's gonna cost us, come back and have a special meeting, which we can pull together. You can do a special meeting like advertised ahead of time. And do a vote on that then. So we can do either way. I mean, it's just as easy to do it now if we want to allocate up to a certain amount.
I think we should, if we know it's 1,800,
Right.
we might as well just vote now.
And actually, the last revision from last March was $1,999 per year.
Per year. I mean,
It's a suspicious price.
well, we've got 2 years worth of fish monitoring.
So it's based on an annual cost of $2,665 that NRCS
35
values
cents.
it as. So their
Annual.
75% contribution is $1,999.
Okay, so if we have 2 years of fish monitoring, we have 2 years of fish.
We don't, Chris. We don't have 2 full years because we only have 3 years of monitoring that they'll pay for. And they're supposed to be 3 years. 2 of them are supposed to be, or 1 of them is supposed to be pre.
Oh, so we only have one for pre, even though we'll have 2 years worth of data.
Well, we have 2 years worth of data,
Okay,
but we
but
don't
they'll
have
only pay
funded for
Right,
that.
they're only
one.
paid for 1 year.
It's
Oh,
kept
okay.
going
So,
backwards.
so we've had more than enough work probably to justify the,
Yes, we could justify.
So we could justify
1 year's
it.
worth of
Right.
payments or something.
so that's how much, 18, 19?
$19.99.
1999.
So what do you recommend, Carol? What do you think?
It's kind of a moving target. I don't know what the wetlands delineation will cost, but I also know that given my experience thus far working with NRCS, we're not likely to see that $2,000 for a while. So I don't know where the money comes from in the meantime. Even though it's theoretically there, and we will have access to it, and it will come
Well,
when and how.
Sounds like a plan.
no, I mean, I have no problem going to Bruce and then having him go to the council to quote, borrow the money if we know it's reimbursable. I mean, that's part of the way a lot of these projects are run. If there's a fund, and I think there is some sort of a fund where there's some discretion, not discretion, I don't know what you want to call it, in money that can be used for special things. I can talk to Bruce about that. I mean, he noted that he's obviously notified them that they're on board about it. There are some upfront expenses we have to pay before we get reimbursed. So how do you want to proceed? I have no problem doing that, but it won't, certainly won't happen. How could happen before the 22nd? Council meeting is when, the next council meeting? So, yeah, so there's time to, we know this is a reimbursable expense, and that there's funds that we can borrow from. I'm sure the town does this for a lot of things. Is that the route you want to go with?
I think we should leave here planning to try that. I'm not sure
Okay,
it can happen.
okay.
I just don't know if there's enough time.
Oh,
Even if I
we
get
give it
the
a try.
quotes and we get permission to go ahead, I'm not sure that gives anybody enough time to do the wetlands.
To do the wetlands thing.
And get it paid for and get it assessed by NRCS and get Megan to draft.
Is there any flexibility on that
Yeah.
date, that January 22nd date? Can you-
No, but it's an annual fund, so
It's
the other
annual
thing
fund.
would be to say, we can't give you this specific information because we don't have it yet, we'll be back next year.
Or we could try this year.
One more year out,
Yeah, or we can try this year and then do the best we can, and then.
which is what we
That's
did
I
in
would say. Let's-
2007, and we didn't get funded, we put a proposal in, it didn't get funded, not because the project wasn't compelling, but they basically said,
Okay.
find some other money first and then come
Yeah.
back when you need us to be your.
So you think we can get borrowed dollars together and?
Ask, so it doesn't hurt to ask. See, part of the problem, Mike, just for your information, we didn't really know we were gonna have to go for extra money until actually the first or second meeting we had with NRCS out in the field, and that's when we decided